Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Sampdoria in Serie A. We're into our fourth season and luckily for us last year, we finished 6th place, which meant we did actually qualify for European football. If we didn't, we would have just ended the series right there. And I'm basically going to put the same caveat on this season. If we don't finish in a European spot, that's the end of it. This season though, we do actually have to play the exciting Europa League that nobody ever really wants to be in. Anyway, it's been the summer. The transfer window is open. It is closed. Has it closed? It might have closed. It might still be open. It's a World Cup year, basically. It's really confusing. We've already played about 4 matches so far this season. Let's jump in and go through the transfers first. £21.5 million has come in. 21 million of that has gone straight back out again. The big one then is Robbie Mudd. The Croatian central midfielder has left the club, signing for SH Shenhua in China for a reasonable sum, £14.25 million, potentially rising to £16 million. Robbie Mudd played a lot of football for us, and basically that money I could not turn down. So yeah, he has been shifted on, and like I've said, we've spent the money. We've reinvested all of that money back into the squad. Another player to leave the club is Felice D'Amico, now 21 years of age, signing for Sassuolo. He wasn't ever really breaking into our side, and we've got a reasonable amount of money for him, £4.8 million. Spent a couple of seasons out on loan. Yeah, hopefully for him at the very least, he's going to get some games at Sassuolo. Won't ever play for us ever again. 3 more permanent deals to discuss. Gaston Ramirez is next up, leaving for Eibar, 1.1 million, I think it was. Yeah, basically not a lot of money, but we got 1.1 million from last season as well. Moving into the realms of the cheaper options, Alex Pastor, the 22-year-old Spanish central defender, signing for Almeria for about £400,000, 375, there you go. Yeah, never really played for us. And finally leaving the club, a transfer that I didn't really have anything to do with. Sauro Giovanni is a 17-year-old Italian midfielder, signing for Atalanta for £275,000, potentially rising to £675,000. Like I said, I didn't do anything about this, he just left the club, had nothing to do with it. Players joining the club then, or potentially returning to the club, is 24-year-old Argentine defender, we'll call him, Juan Foyth, signing from Spurs on a free transfer. Obviously, he was here on loan for 2 seasons. Yeah, 2 seasons. Did all right across both of them. Got him on a permanent deal. I'm looking at his value going, that's a decent number. Does anybody want to sign him? Sevilla might want to. Maybe Juan Foyth might not be here for too long. Also, turning their loan deal permanent is Marius Wolf, the 27-year-old German winger, who basically, when we signed him, has been really, really good for us. He signed for £6.5 million. If you look at his last 2 seasons, last season not as good as his first one, but scoring a decent number of goals for us and also already getting 1 so far this season. £6.5 million, as I mentioned. Probably a bit steep, probably could have spent the money elsewhere, but Marius Wolf is a very good player for us. Nice quick one is up next. Mike Ebbers is a 16-year-old German attacking midfielder. He just turned up. Our scouts went, hey, look at this guy. He had no club, no nothing. And I went, sure, he looks right. 16 determination, sold it for me. Another player that my scouts basically went, hey, get this guy, he's a free transfer, is Lorenzo Louis, who is an 18-year-old Swiss striker and winger. He's come in once again on a free transfer from Stade Lausanne previously. He's actually not bad. 2-star current ability, 4-star potential, and has already come off the bench for us once in Serie A. Another player that our scouts randomly found is Dave Harper, a 19-year-old English striker, signed from Hungary. 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Like I said, signed from Hungary, randomly. £1.1 million he's cost. I don't think he's half Hungarian. He's half Hungarian. Perfect, which means he counts as European, because the EU Brexit nonsense has happened. So yeah, Dave Harper is, if he was just English, we'd be screwed. Next up, a player who doesn't have a work permit is Thierry Touré, who has signed from AFAD Gécanu, a club in the Ivory Coast that I always like to pinch youngsters from. He's gone out on loan to Mouscron in Belgium for £190,000. Yeah, not a huge amount of money. I think there's a bit of potential there. He's a very angry man. Next up, joining from Bristol Rovers of all teams, is Matthew Gibbons, 19-year-old English central defender and right back. He has signed for £150,000. Which isn't actually a terrible amount of money. Mentally and physically, he actually looks reasonably decent. Technically, could do with a bit of work, but then again, as a central defender, he's got the basics covered, hasn't he? Another central defender to join the club is Boubacar Kamara, 22 years old, French central defender, 2 under-21 caps, formerly of Olympique Marseille, signing on a free transfer. This is a bargain. I don't know why Marseille didn't offer him a new deal, but they didn't do it. So yeah, Boubacar Kamara has joined the club, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. I think him and Sturgeon at the back, that could be a very good central defensive partnership for a few years to come. Another defender to join is Edoardo Robbiati, signed from Atalanta, a young Italian central defender who's also a right back, but he's a centre back, isn't he? He's currently loan listed. Alessandro and Brescia want him, signed for £1.3 million. Not a huge amount of money for him. Like I said, only 18 years old. Hopefully he's going to get a lot better. 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential for Edoardo. Joining on loan from our feeder club Napoli, Giovanni Di Lorenzo. He is a right back who is, I think we need him. We need him for a bit of cover for Berezinski, basically. Giovanni Di Lorenzo, not going to play a huge amount of football. 3-star current ability, 3-star potential. But he's really good at getting forward. I mean, looking at the shape, attacking-wise, amazing. Not so sure he's that good at defending. He's all right, actually. I think he's probably better than I'm making him out to be. Now, because we couldn't extend Gaetano's loan for another season, we've had to look elsewhere, and that elsewhere is Nicolas Chiapacase, maybe? He's going to be called Nicky, isn't he? He's just going to be called Nicky. He is a Uruguayan, and I think also Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. Italian. There you go. He's actually Italian central midfielder, attacking midfielder. So, yeah, hopefully he's going to be able to do that job. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Bargain at £1.4 million. Let's hope he's not a Marco Piacca. He's got 9 concentration. That could be a concern. We've also bought ourselves a 36-year-old Luka Modric. Yes, he is 36, but he is still a world-class midfielder, 3.5-star current ability. Obviously, his potential was irrelevant. Joining on a free transfer because he was out of contract at Real Madrid. He's getting paid only £29,000 a week, a 10-month deal as well left on Luka. I think we can get a good season out of Luka Modric, basically taking set pieces. I don't need him to run. He's not here for running, he's here for passing. That's all we need him to do. If Modric can do the passing job, we'll be laughing. And finally, my big summer signing is Dominik Livakovic, the Croatian goalkeeper signed from Dinamo. £11 million we've spent on him. I think we've been missing Ordero, or I say missing Ordero, we've been missing a very good goalkeeper. Livakovic, I think, is going to be our goalkeeper, isn't he? He's definitely going to be a good keeper for us. £11 million, probably a little bit steep, probably could have got him a bit cheaper or maybe found somebody else. But Dominic he's one of our best players. Only 3-star current ability, but I don't think that's really relevant, is it? He's a good keeper. I think that is all of the transfer business. Obviously, it's the start of the season, so there has been a lot that has gone on. Also, loan deals are plenty. There are a lot going on here. If we just find the ones that are somewhat relevant. Lucas Zidane going out on loan. Isaac Lahadji also going out on loan. Matthias Jakobsen going out on loan. Robert Vipes, who I really wanted to try and play this season, he's gone out on loan as well. Julian Chabot, another player who's good but needs a bit more football. Henrique Arujo also going out on loan to Siena. Jamie Yaya Mpai going out on loan to Pescara, who is actually going to be our first opponents in today's episode. Cake Rocha, Dirk Proper also going, a few players going out on loan to Morscon as well. Magdi, Sunday, Fafana and Thierry Toure as well. So, is the transfer window open? I'm not quite sure. It is. It's still open till the 31st of August. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this is a World Cup year. So it's a mess. It's not a World Cup year. It's the World Cup year. You know, the one in Qatar in 2020. It's that one. So yeah, we've actually kicked off the season at the end of July. And we kicked it off reasonably well. We've played 4 matches. We are currently undefeated. We're not scoring a lot of goals, but we're also not conceding a huge amount either. Starting off with a 1-0 victory against Spal Georgi Kolev, 0-0 with Roma, and then a 1-0 victory somehow against Juve. It was Marius Wolf with the goal here. Then AC Milan Dodo equalising in the 94th minute to give us another point. We are currently up in 6th place in the table, but like I said, we're 4 games in. 4 games in, not a lot can really happen. One final bit of news, which is as good as a new signing. Gonzalo Iribarren is actually able to play football for us as well. Yes, he's currently out injured for 9 days to 2 weeks with pulled knee ligaments, but he is actually able to play. And as you can tell from his season stats down at the bottom, he's not started particularly well. 4 games, an average rating of a 6.45. He just needs to learn a little bit, okay? I hope he's going to get better. Well, we're not quite at the Pescara game, and we've made another signing. Zlot Puztai, sure, 18 years old from Hungary, attacking midfielder. He's come in for £650,000 from Lithuania, apparently. Okay, I'm not quite sure why we managed to find him in Lithuania, but we sure have. 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Probably won't see a huge amount of Zlot in the first season. Okay, now we can play Pescara, a team who I think have only just been promoted, if I'm not mistaken. They are all the way down 19th place in the table at the moment. 1 draw against Atalanta to their name, so hopefully this should be a nice easy victory. The starting lineup then for the Pescara game, it's going to be Livakovic in goal, a back four of Muru, Sturgio, Vallejo and Berezzinski. Karol Linetti will partner Vecino in the middle of the pitch, with Wolf, Nicky and Kolev as the attack midfielders. Manolo Gabbiadini will be our striker. He is in his final year as a Sampdoria player, and I don't think he's good enough to play for us. Iribarren should be playing, but obviously, as I mentioned a minute ago, he's currently out injured. So yeah, Gabbiadini's going to get himself a very rare opportunity to still play a decent match of football. Like I said, we've started the season reasonably well. We are currently undefeated, but the problem is we're not scoring goals. And I'm thinking it's probably because we do have a decent amount of rotation, and by rotation I mean new signings joining the club. So that could be a problem. There was a weird highlight that nothing came of. Now there's a corner for Pescara. We've managed to get the ball clear, but not far enough. Mehmedi with it, 2 Sampdoria players on him. Plays it all the way across, actually. That's a great ball. Stuyperman into the penalty area. Back to Rasmussen, edge of the area. 3 Sampdoria players on him. Back to Galano. Runs in. He's dodged a tackle. Plays the ball back. And the ball finds its way into the bottom corner. 20 minutes on the clock. We're 1-0 down against Pescara. That's not good, considering we're a team, like I said, we don't score a lot of goals at the moment. We need to get 2 now in this game to pick up the 3 points. That's actually something we haven't done all season yet. I mean, we've played big sides. We've definitely played big sides, but we haven't really hit the ground running when it comes to scoring goals. Vecino has the ball. Berezzinski's in front. So's Marius Wolf. He wants to use him, doesn't use him. Vecino gets the ball from the tackle across to Karol Linetti, who, as I've mentioned a couple of seasons ago now, I don't know whether I want him anymore. Berezzinski has the ball back to Marius Wolf again, gets around 2 players, crosses in, back post is Georgi Kolev, and the Bulgarian's headed effort goes wide of the far post. Kolev is doing well for us. Kolev has been one of those players that I wasn't expecting him to kind of pick up in this like 4th season. I was going to say 2nd, 4th season, but he's actually doing alright. Gabbiadini runs forward with the ball down the right-hand side. He's got 2 options across. Kolev's one of them. Why is he so far in front? He's had a golden opportunity to get his first goal of the game, but instead it is saved by the keeper. It's going to be a corner, and the corner will be taken by the German Marius Wolf towards the back post. The header clear from Rasmussen, and the highlight's going to end, please. Galano has it for Pescara, runs past his defender Karol Linetti with a great tackle, and that will end the highlight. It's not going so well. It's really not going so well at the moment. We've had all the chances. Well, we've had 8 chances, 4 on target. They've had 4 and 1. But annoyingly for them, their one went in. Let's do... Come on, lads. Come on, lads. That's what we want to do. And then, do we do ourselves a substitution? Kolev has missed 2 sitters. Nicky's also playing badly. Paradzanovic. I don't know if I've mentioned him before. He's able to play, and he's absolutely ridiculous. Look at how good that shape is. Yes, he's 2.5-star current ability, but Paradzanovic is good. I think we've got a very good player on our hands. If he can hit the ground running, he's already got 2 assists so far this season. Maybe he can get another one. Maybe he can get his first goal for the club. Probably also need to bring off Kolev as well. Nicky's obviously come off for Paradzanovic. Kolev's not doing so hot. We don't really have a left winger. We do have Luka Modric. We do have Modric on the bench, so maybe that is the thing that we need to do. Wolf with the ball finds Kolev on the left-hand side. Can he actually make a name for himself? He's gone for a... Mate, that's it. Kolev, you've had all the chances and you missed every single one of them. Dave Harper. Davey Boy Harper. Sure, we can go for that. Have you got a midfielder playing badly? Karol Linetti for Luka Modric, and swap you 2 over... I mean, this is Modric's debut, by the way. He hasn't yet played for us. So bringing him on when we need a goal as a Mazzala, maybe not the best plan. We've got ourselves a corner. Modric takes it. Sturgio's at the back post. Manolo Gabbiadini is there, and he has equalised his first goal of the season. Sturgio is claiming the assist, although realistically, Modric needs to get a big pat on the back for that. First real thing he's done for the club. Great corner to Sturgio. Gabbiadini on the volley. Puts it in the back of the net, makes it 1-1. Let's get a second goal and pick up these 3 points. Let's give him a get creative. That's where get creative is. Everyone's inspired. This is good. Let's also move up to positive. There's a throw. They've just brought on our own player to play against us. Kreco, not sure, either one with the ball. Elizalde back to DeWise. Why do they have complicated names? Galano, that's an easy one to say. Kreco, once again, it's definitely not pronounced Kreco, is it? Canute forward to Yaya and P. Across to Elizalde. He's got Marius Wolf there, and Marius Wolf steals the ball away. He does that a lot, does Marius Wolf. Runs down the right. He's got some options if he wants to use anyone. Parasanovic into the area, and Parasanovic has missed a sitter. We've missed probably 4 or 5 chances that should have put us in front. 22 shots, 7 on target. What is going on? Final few minutes then, 4 minutes of injury time to play. We've got ourselves a corner. Modric's corner comes in. Sturgew's headed effort is over the bar. That is probably all we've got, isn't it? The full-time whistle is about to go as I shout demand more. Hold on, Vecino with a free kick towards the back post. We don't manage to get it. Parasanovic has the ball. Edge of the area. If he can find an option to possibly whip the ball into the area, we've managed to... I thought that went in. I think the goalkeeper saved it. Oh, that was close. Gabbiadini was offside anyway. I mean, this is being FM'd, isn't it? This is being FM'd. They've had 1 shot on target, scored it. We had 30 and 11 on target, scored 1 goal. It's a point, still undefeated, but I'd like to be able to score 2 goals in 1 match would be nice. I mean, you're still getting shouting at. You're still getting an angry shouting at because we should have been winning that game. And Modric seemed demotivated. Well, fine. Well, we've dropped down to 8th place, but 5 games in. Doesn't really make too much difference, does it? We are going to go forward a little bit because in a moment we do actually have the Europa League group draw. So we're going to go forward to that and then see who we're going to be getting. Here we go then, 26th of August, it is the Europa League draw for the 2022-2023. Let's have a quick look. Can we make that bigger? We can't. So, we are almost certainly going to be... We're not 4th seeds. Cagliari are 4th seeds. Okay, we are 3rd seeds. That is good to know. I mean, this is a competition that, bar the top seeds, they're not amazing sides. They're decent, but they're not amazing sides. So, let's fly through... the first round, or first and second round. So looking at those groups then, what do we want to avoid? We want to avoid Group G, really. We definitely want to avoid Group H because that is going to be tough. And Group D, but we can't get in Group D anyway because Roma are in there. Group A is the one I'm after. Group A is definitely the one that I would like. Or maybe Group F. We're not in Group A. Group B, we are not in that. Group C, this one can't be us. This is not a good one. Don't want to be in that one. That's good. Come on. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. That's good. Salzburg, Real San Sebastian or Real Sociedad. Ourselves. Okay, right. So, what other options have we got? I mean, these are, again, reasonably average sides, aren't they? I'd fancy my chances against any of them. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? Who are we going to get then? We've got a choice of 3. Zoya, AA Ghent or Reims. Any of them. Any of them will do. Ghent. Fair enough. So then our group is Real San Sebastian, Sampdoria, Ghent and Red Bull Salzburg. I think we've got a chance. I think we've got a chance to go through that group. Even maybe topping that group. As long as we can, score some goals. And with that then, what we're going to do, I'm going to play the Parma game in just a second. And you're going to see possibly goals that take place. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it yet. But then we're going to end the episode because... effectively, after the Parma game, the transfer window was shut. So you'll know all the transfer business that we have taken place in the summer. We'll then return for the next episode, which is probably going to be a Europa League game and a league game of some sort. I'm not quite sure which way around we're going to do it, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'll see you probably during the Parma game, maybe. Away from home then, up against Parma. There you can see on the right-hand side our starting 11. It's a little bit changed at the front end of the pitch. Harper will be playing up front. Parasanovic gets a start as the attacking midfielder. Nicky moves over to that left-hand side. Also, Foyth is going to be playing as a right-back today. And after just 18 minutes, Dave Harper opens the scoring for us, getting his first ever goal for the club. Marius Wolf controls the ball. It's a save from the keeper. Harper on the volley puts it into the back of the net. And at half-time, it remains 1-0. Parma had a couple more chances, but nothing obviously went into the back of the net. Well, the second half has been reasonably uneventful at the moment. We were 63 minutes in. Parma do have the ball. Abe has the edge of the area. He's taken a couple of shots. It's taken a few deflections. Livakovic makes a save. Hopefully, Parma get nothing from this corner. Brugman steps up to take it for Parma. Towards the middle, it's a header from Parasanovic. Abe collects it as Abe, I'm not quite sure. Passes it back to Chavez and the highlight just ends. Not a lot has taken place in the second half, as I've mentioned, and just as I say that, Sergio scores his first goal of the season, a corner coming in from Luka Modric. We're 2-0 up against Parma, and it's the first match of the season where we've actually managed to score more than one goal. I'm happy. It's going to be 3 points. It might be 2-1. Abe has the ball. Parazanovic tries to close him down, doesn't manage it. Foyth gets the ball clear. We've got, 50 seconds left to play of this match. So I'm expecting this is going to last for that entire 50 seconds. Amavi crosses the ball in. Muru does a strange header. Abe's at the back post, makes it 2-1. We're still winning. We've got 30 seconds to hold on. And we did manage to hold on. A 2-1 victory in the end. That Sturgeon goal that we managed to see was actually quite well timed, wasn't it? It is a 2-1 victory, as I mentioned. 3 points in the bag. Not the best of performances, but it's another victory. Our undefeated streak continues. And that victory moves us back up into a European spot, up into 5th place in the table. It's still early on, but we are still only just 3 points behind table toppers Inter Milan. A couple of victories could put us actually into a title fight early on, but let's just see how things go first. The transfer window has just closed, and it was a relatively uneventful transfer window. We have brought in somebody new. We've also loaned out about 5 or 6 kids. Michael Byrne has gone out on loan to Padova. Jakub Bakayoko, the French defender, has gone out on loan to Brescia. Lombardi going out on loan to Siena. Anderson Andrade, the Portuguese goalkeeper, going out on loan to Palermo. And new signing Zlot Pustzai, whatever his name is, has gone out on loan to Crotone, or Crotone, either one. Joining the club then on deadline day is French striker Jean Couder, signing from Lyon on loan until the end of the season. 2.5-star current ability. He is a natural advanced forward, which is something that I think is probably quite good for us. I'm hoping he can score some goals. I've also just seen he's 6'5". He's massive, and he can dribble, and he's actually really fast and brave, and he's got great teamwork and work rate. I think he's a very good footballer. Well, that is going to do it for this episode. What we are going to do next episode, we are probably going to do the Salzburg game and maybe Genoa, I think. Don't want to do, obviously, all the Europa League matches because I think that will get fairly boring. Plus, if we start doing really well in the league, it's also going to take the focus away from that. So we're going to try and do one of each competition in each episode, I think. So yeah, Salzburg and then Genoa, and then maybe next episode will be Real San Sebastian and Inter Milan, possibly. Who knows? Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Sampdoria. I imagine it's quite a long episode because it feels like a long episode. It's taken me about an hour and a half to record it. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you want to see more and you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with more Football Manager. Also, if you're here and only watching the Sampdoria save, I'm also doing a save with Southport, who at this point are all the way up in the Championship. Spoiler, but it's a good series. Go watch that one as well.